Welcome to Tamara Tattletales. I'm Tamara and I spill the tea on your favorite reality stars. Just when I think I can finally turn the page on season 12 of Married at First Sight, one of them starts cutting up. This time it's Virginia. Apparently she and Erik met up at a restaurant or something and it went south. So what does Virginia do? Go on Instagram and TikTok to berate him without saying his name. She refers to him as her ex, as if we don't know who her ex is. But you've got to watch it till the end because Erik's mama had something to say, and not one, not two, but 3 cast members jumped into comments to add their 2 cents. And all kinds of drama kicked off.
There is truly no better way to get over the hump of missing your ex than attempting to go have lunch with them, ending in you getting out of the car in the middle of the street to walk and then get an Uber home. Simply because you expressed that they do have privilege and would make it farther in life for acknowledging their privilege, they proceed to tell you that you've done and are doing absolutely nothing with your life, generally that you're a piece of shit, that everything that happened to you as a child you need to just get on and move on from because you're letting it hold you back, as if you're not in therapy actively working on yourself while they are doing nothing but continuing to be the God complex filled narcissists that they are. So if anyone else needs today's life lesson, even if you're missing your ex, don't hang out with them.
Okay, real quickly, one thing I want to address from my last video. When I say privilege, it has nothing to do with skin color. Yes, that is a type of privilege, but that's not all what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the privilege of a stable family, mom and dad with good careers, money, just stability in general, coming from a good town, having the luxury of following in your parents' footsteps career path-wise. All of these are luxuries that myself and many people in America and the world don't have. And even the little privileges I do have, I try to be very cognizant of and realize not other people had some things that I did. And I just think the world's a better place if everyone realizes that and realizes that it's great that you've gotten where you are, but you didn't do it alone, most likely. And this particular person I'm talking about did not do it alone. So that's what I'm talking about. Nothing to do with skin color. Also, no amount of privilege or trauma, no matter how rough you had it or how great you had it, is ever an excuse to be a shitty person.
So I told you 3 cast members jumped in on this post and spit gas on this fire. Cast member number 1, Erik. This is Erik. You guys can hate me all you want, but this is simply not true of what she is saying. She knows I care about what happened to her in her past and that I wish it never happened to her. I've always said that and always will. But when someone is trying to sit there and say that I'm privileged and haven't done anything for this country or actually given back, then that offends me. When she says my military history of almost 8 years and deploying 3 times into harm's way to protect America isn't the same as giving back because I'm still paid to do it, then I'm sorry, but that offends me. I'll never post things like this that she does because it's a private matter, and I wouldn't do that to her. Anyway, y'all are entitled to believe what you want, and I'm not here to sway any opinions of me. I'm simply saying that what she said is simply not true on how I act or live out my daily life. So someone writes this in response to what people are saying in the comments. I see most defending Erik. There is no way that I could ever live with him. He was controlling, he acted like he was a parent and not a husband, and his marriage views were those of the 50s. At least Virginia's working on herself. He's too perfect. So Erik goes after her and says, if the 50s view of marriage I have is wanting trust, honesty, respect, and to be your significant other's number 1 person no matter what, then I'll take the 50s any day. I'm not perfect and never will be. I can only learn and grow from my mistakes and become better for it. And in corner number 2, guess who had to jump in to add his commentary and somehow make this about him? Go ahead, guess. I'll wait. Yep, Chris. I want to be clear, I was down and in a vulnerable position during filming, and the 2 of them came and kicked me while I was down. I will never forget that stuff. Being privileged is thinking your opinion is needed in situations that it wasn't asked or solicited. Being privileged is instigating stuff with a person and them blowing up after multiple warnings and them acting like the other person scares them. Started stuff and pulled out the victim card. I will never forget all those who were involved. So someone wrote this to Chris: "You're delusional and a gaslighter. Move on." So Chris says, "And you're a coward who writes to real people from a fake page. You don't know me or nothing about me." So they reply, "Still a narcissist though. You could be celebrating your divorce or selling your fake courses, yet you're here." Chris: "No, I could be doing what I was doing before I knew a fake page thought enough of me to acknowledge me. LOL. I feel special. You will never make me not be me. If you don't like it, block me because I will never stop. My fake courses sold out and made 30 franchise owners. LOL. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got more videos on the way with juicy tea you will not want to miss." And in corner number 3, Jake. Now, if you've been watching my channel, then you may recall a video I posted where Jake went live and Virginia hopped into the comments, insulting him and telling him to stop talking about Haley and threatened to tell some blackmailish information about him. Well, Jake jumps into these comments and says, "I'm glad she's holding herself accountable after attacking me to not talk about Haley and threatening blackmail after while dropping random insults. Oh, wait, never mind." And check out this emoji response from Chris. Then someone says to Jake, "Why are you making this about you? It literally has nothing to do with you." So Jake replies, "Or I'm just commenting on Vodka's irony." Yes, he called Virginia Vodka. Then seemingly out of nowhere, someone hits him with, "So are you going to acknowledge your privilege yet or not?" Oh my God, why did she say that? Check out Jake's response. "If it's based on CRT, I'm good. I don't buy into racist ideology designed to divide. If you want to have a broader conversation about tribal advantages of being an ethnic majority, sure. But I grew up poor. To me, what people project as white privilege is mainly based on money. Growing up, we used to bake, burn cheese to eat straight out the oven and slum it on bologna living week to week. So depends on your definition, Stock. But even making this comment, I risk being ostracized and deemed racist. Don't feel too privileged about that, to be honest. But holistically, everyone in this country is privileged to have opportunity. Our Ivy League asshole politicians like to project their privileges onto us normies, and divide us is how I see the narratives. We're all being manipulated while the rich get richer and they distract us with these narratives. Meanwhile, they allow the banking cartel to thrive off the poor that end up paying $15,000 to pay off $5,000 of credit card debt when they're just getting by making minimum payments for years. The left and the right know it but won't ever mention it. So it's a nuisance conversation that depends on what you're talking about specifically. And she replies, "Why did you bring up race and CRT? Interesting." And he says, "You base this conversation around race and happens to be a main talking point of CRT, which is derived from critical theory, a classic communist ideology designed to divide and control. So just making sure we're not talking about that BS and asking you for your nuanced angle on asking me about my privilege for no reason." But wait, there's more. Erik's mom replied to Virginia's story by saying, "Grow up, Virginia." So Virginia attacks Erik's mom. "Hey Donna, it's not normal to still buy groceries for and clean the condo of your 35-year-old son, but I need to grow up when you realize you forgot to block the ex-mother-in-law. Ha 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 ha. Oh, the text I could share that this one has sent over the months. I told you this was messy. I just can't with season 12.